Hello, my name is Michael Fazio. I am currently teaching 5th grade in Weber County. This presentation is for School Law Education 6740, Southern Utah University. I have chosen school violence and school safety as the topic for my brief. Violence in our schools is constantly making the headlines. Violence has been a problem in the school system since the beginning. However, many of the types and extent of the violence that is occurring these days has escalated out of control. Bullying, both physical and emotional, seems to be considered the norm in many private and most public schools. Although the violence is ever present, there are great research-based prevention programs that can help educators to lower the amount and intensity of violence that takes place in their school. As I began the research for my topic, I found an article that was very interesting to me. In this article, there was a comparison of the top-rated disciplinary issues in 1940 and 1990. In 1940, public school teachers worried most about chewing gum, talking out of turn, running in the hall, and cutting in line. Although all of the concerns from 1940 were still present in schools in 1990, teachers had much bigger things to worry about. In 1990, they rated drug and alcohol abuse, suicide, rape, robbery, and assault as the biggest disciplinary issues they had to deal with. I spent a great deal of time looking at different types of violence in our schools. There is physical violence as well as emotional violence. The more I delved into this topic, the more I began to ask, what can we do about this? Janet Groom of the Ohio Valley Intelligencer states in her article titled Preventing School Violence that prevention and intervention are the most important factors in keeping our schools safe. Even when we have these both in place, preventing bullying and other types of violence is not an easy task. As I continued looking at forms of prevention and interventions, one strategy that kept resurfacing was that of monitoring the grounds and building. I kept coming back to this in relationship to the building in which I currently work. I decided this would be a great area to focus my field activity on. I've been concerned about the ease of accessibility at Riverdale Elementary for some time. As you look at the following diagram of the school and surrounding area, I will explain the concerns that are evident to me. The school's property is designated by the blue and white rectangle. It is located on 4400 South, which is a main street that runs through Riverdale. This street has multiple streets that branch off of it. Within less than 1 mile, there are on-ramps to both north and southbound I-15, as well as eastbound I-84. On the west side, there is an access driveway that goes all the way to the ball diamond and tennis courts. There is a small chain link fence that separates the drive from the apartments that line the driveway. This fence continues on the south side of the ballpark and acts as the boundary for the community center parking lot, but there is an entryway through the fence to the park located by the green arrow. On the northeast corner of the school lot, there's another chain link fence that separates the school grounds from the neighborhood. There's another entryway on this fence that leads to a trail and connects to the adjacent street. Another small chain link fence runs north from the tennis courts to the end of the park. Again, there's an entryway to a path leading into the cul-de-sac. All of the area in yellow is land owned by the city of Riverdale. All of this is open to the public at any time. All of this open access allows anyone to come onto the school grounds anytime they want. The problem is the main building has 19 access points to get into the building at any given time. There are also 6 portables that surround the outside of the main building. Students are coming in and out of the building all day long to get to the portables. Therefore, the doors have been left unlocked, and anyone can come into the building at any time through any of these access points. After looking at this scenario, my principal, myself, and the head of our health and safety committee sat down with the chief of police of the Riverdale City Police Department. We asked him if he would go around the school and check any other things that he might see as a problem for the safety of the students in the school. He did this and came up with a list of things that we could do before we could do anything else with the information that Chief Hansen gave us. We received a call from the superintendent of our school district. The superintendent asked all principals to stop any work or projects they had in regards to the safety of their buildings. The district then announced a project called the Safety for Schools project. The Weber School Foundation announced a $100,000 matching grant, and they would match every dollar raised up to the $100,000 mark. The focus of this project was to purchase new surveillance equipment for every school in the district. I was very excited when I heard that our superintendent had stepped forward and made school safety a priority throughout the district. To this point, over $17,000 have been donated by businesses and individuals from the community. In conclusion, I just want to say I'm so glad that I chose the topic of school violence and school safety for this brief. I was able to look at the types of violence in schools today and the different approaches to prevention and intervention. But most important, I am so glad for the field study that I was able to do and for the project that is going on to increase school safety in Weber District. Thank you.